Hi guys, and welcome to this week's Alakazam Video Blog. So David, Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to the guys at home.
Happy New Year, mate. Did you have a good Christmas?
I had a brilliant Christmas.
I know you had a good New Year.
Yes, you were at my house for New Year.
I wasn't invited, I just turned up.
Yeah, like you do.
No, we had a good New Year. And yeah, we're back to the magic. As I say, we're looking to Blackpool now, obviously, is the next big thing for us. And we're already in the midst of some great tricks.
Yeah, we've got a week's worth of filming coming up next week for Blackpool releases and future Alakazam releases. Between now and Blackpool's sort of towards the end of February.
Yeah.
And so before Blackpool we may have one more release, but we usually save our releases for Blackpool. So we've got 2 or 3 new releases that we're going to launch at Blackpool, but there might be one beforehand. One of them is a release by yourself.
Yes. Yeah. Looking forward to that.
We have the second in our Outlaw wallet range.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah, really, really nice. And we've got a great new effect, which I will say fooled me. By the very clever Jamie Daws.
Yeah.
So we're going to be filming that next week, so we're looking forward to that. This week we've started the new year. There's been some really great products coming in. One of them really caught your eye. You wanted to do it on the vlog.
Yeah.
But we sold out.
Yeah. Basically, I'd seen it. I'd seen a video of it, and it was quite hyped up, and I wasn't sure. You know, you can sometimes see these things, and it ticks all those boxes you want as a trick. So it's a rising card, and then it came in, and I got my hands on the gimmick, and I said to you, I went, Pete, you've got to have a look at this. This is great. Even just to satisfy that toy that you want to receive, but it is also really practical, and it looks great. It's a rising card effect, but you can have the card replaced in, you can mix the cards up, and under your control, you can get their card to rise. And
on the DVD, they do go into doing it in a spectator's hand as well. Now, I must admit, I sent out an email. When they came in, I sent out a sales email, so you guys might have received that, you know, showing the trick and everything. And I had a few messages on Facebook coming through, and they were saying, oh, you know, can I do this, can I do that?
Yeah.
It's a rising card, not a haunted deck.
Yeah.
There is a difference between the rising cards, because someone said to me, how does this compare to my Spooked? Spooked is a haunted deck.
Yeah.
What's this one called?
It's called the Sleeper.
The Sleeper.
Yeah.
And the Sleeper is a rising card. So it's not a haunted deck, it's a rising card. With a haunted deck, you would place the deck down away from you. The deck would cut itself, and the card would either flip out or pop out. With a rising card, as with the standard, the card gets replaced, you hold the deck like this, and the card rises out.
Yeah, it's the same guy that created Decoy,
right?
Which I thought was another great product, right?
Yeah.
So the time he's put into making this really makes it a very clever, practical gimmick. Now, I'm not going to give anything away because I think they go over the fact that it is like a locking gimmick that you're in control of locking and unlocking. So once it's locked, you shuffle the cards up, you can spread them out, you can mix them.
You can put the cards down, you can talk for a while, and whenever you want, you pick it up and it will rise.
So now a rising card, especially with this, it can be the second or the third or the fourth in a multiple selection routine.
Yeah.
So it could be one of the first cards selected and signed and placed back in, but now you can be free to have other cards selected, maybe appear one of them first and then do your rise. Just to play with the gimmick itself, it's made really, really well, and I was very excited to come back to that. But we're out of them at the moment. However, saying that, they're on their way to us, and I know half of the batch that we've already ordered are accounted for already. So if you want some, do get in quick. I know we say it on the vlog, but it's not a sales pitch. They go really quick. So they're on their way, and that's the Sleeper.
Yeah, and the other thing, just one more point on the Sleeper, is if you're aware of the rising deck, a lot of the classics it was sort of a whole block of cards were gimmicked. With the sleeper, it's a very small gimmick that you can ring in and out, and you can use the deck for other stuff while it's in there.
Yeah.
So that's the sleeper. We'll cut to the trailer now.
Shut up! What the
Right, so that was Sleeper. What we're going to go on to now?
Well, talking about Jamie Daws.
Yep, our good friend Jamie.
Yeah, and I must just say, I'm very excited for the projects that he's got coming with us very soon. But one of his previous ones, I done this a lot in the shop, and 9 out of 10 times people haven't seen it before.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be great to do it here so you guys can see it. It is Fantasm by Jamie Daws. It's his take on Roy Walton's classic Card Warp.
Yeah.
It's got some really nice visual moments in this, and then it ends with a bit of a souvenir for the spectator. So yeah, it's a great little piece in it, and it just uses 2 cards.
And the other nice thing that a lot of people don't realise about this is I'm sure on here Jamie provides the templates as a PDF to do it with business cards.
Oh, nice, yeah.
So I know a lot of people, when you look on Facebook and a lot of the forums where people talk about this, they still do it with their business cards, you know, and it's a lovely odd souvenir to give out.
Yeah, definitely.
But you filmed a little lowdown for this a few months ago.
Yeah, a bit more than a few months ago, I think. I'm only saying that because it's big me on the video.
So between now and then watching this trailer, you haven't quickly run out there, had lunch, gone back in, and filmed it.
Yeah, no. This is a while back.
This is a while back.
We've taken the demonstration bit of it, and so we'll let you see it now. I'm going to show you a puzzle with 2 cards, Jack of Hearts and the 2 of Spades. They're folded in such a way that you can lay one on top of the other. When you close them up, you can see that one is protruding, sticking out the end. This is face down. Watch the 2 of Spades, it's face down. When I push it through and blow, half turns face up and half is face down. Really quite a weird position you're in here, half and a half, and you can see that, half here, half here. Watch the face down half, just a blow, and that turns face up also, giving you a position of now a face up card and a face down card. The great thing about this is you can now hand this out. This is now fused together. This is an impossible souvenir. They won't be able to part this. And that is Phantasm by Jamie Daws. There we go. So yeah, that's Phantasm. It's really great. As you said with the business cards, it's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's a nice thing. If you know the company that you're going to be doing it for, and you can get hold of the business card of the CEO of the company or a company business card, and you make this up in advance so that you're ready to go with it, and then you borrow their business card and you take your business card, and now you create a moment where the 2 are fused together. They're going to remember you for that. You know, it's got their business card attached to yours. And so yeah, I think it's a lovely idea.
So inside here you receive a DVD, but then you also receive sort of test gimmicks.
Yeah, it's made up on playing cards.
Yeah, so
it's good to go on that, and then obviously we can't make it up on your business card, so you can adapt it to suit you. But it's very easily done, and it's a very, very nice effect.
So that is Fantasm by our very good friend Jamie Daws.
So talking about tricks that we demo in the shop that we can't believe people still haven't seen, the Grail.
The Grail. Now, the Grail is a card at any number. The card at any number plot is a sort of holy grail amongst magicians. I mean, there's so many that hit the market.
Yeah.
In my mind, and I'm being totally honest, not just because it's one of our products, I really don't think you can beat the Grail.
Right. Yeah. I agree, really.
There's minimal gimmicks involved, especially with the Grail Gold. I've actually even stripped down the gimmicks even further.
Yeah.
To now allow for a lot cleaner reveal and other things, which I'm going to show you in a moment. On the Grail Gold DVD, I talk about a stage routine as well.
Yeah.
As well as you get the original Grail in here with all the gimmicks, plus you get the additional gold version. Yeah. Which is my take on it. Now, many years ago, I met Mike Rose at the IBM convention. And it's got to be, I don't know how long this has been out, this has got to have been out at least 10 years, I'd say. Yeah. At least 10 years. Yeah. And Mike demonstrated this on me, I would say a minimum of 5 times in a row.
Wow.
And I still had no idea. I mean, I had methods going around in my mind, none of them were correct. Yeah. I was totally going down the wrong path with it, you know. But if you want a really clean looking card at any number, and to me this is a perfect opener, because once you've done the Grail you can continue using the deck of cards. There will be a little reset before you go to the next table, but a reset should take you, you know, less than 30 seconds depending how you do the trick and depending what you've done after. But that's the Grail. So let's go through the Grail. So, David.
Yes.
I tend to, you know, people that believe they can see into the future or predict things, they get visions. And they get visions at different times of day. Mine is usually when I'm sleeping. So I would wake up in the middle of the night, come up with a great idea, and think, I'll remember that when I wake up. And then when I woke up, I couldn't remember what I thought about until it happened, and I think to myself,
need a notepad next to the bed.
I need a pen. But that's exactly what a friend said to me. He said to me, what you need to do is when you have an idea, if you wake up, do something that when you wake up in the morning is going to remind you what that idea is. Right. So last night while I was asleep, it sounds a bit odd, but I was dreaming about you.
Right, okay.
It's a little bit odd. And what it was, I gave you a deck of cards.
Yes.
And you gave me a number. I asked you to deal down to your number and tell me what card you stopped at. You told me what card you stopped at. When I woke up, I remembered the card, so I quickly grabbed it out of another deck and it's inside this envelope. Right. But bearing in mind, that's just my dream.
Yeah, you've got to stop that.
Yeah. So I'm going to place that there and I'm not going to touch it again.
Okay.
Inside here is a deck of cards very similar to the deck in my dream.
Right.
Now, let's imagine you were in my dream from last night. What number would you have given me?
13.
13?
Yeah.
For any particular reason?
No.
Okay, take a look through the cards. Make sure it is just a regular deck. And I want to show you there's nothing else inside the box. The box is empty. I'll show that to the camera. It is just a regular box.
Yeah.
Okay. And I want you to deal 12 cards face up onto the table. Yeah. The 13th card face down over here.
Okay.
And we're doing face up, so you know that every single card, or the guys at home can see that every single card is different.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah.
Now, this is where it gets a little bit strange.
Right.
Because in my dream, do me a favour, just open up the envelope.
It gets more strange than you dreaming about me.
In my dream, the card you stopped at was the Queen of Spades.
Correct, yeah.
And when you said the number 13 just now, I remembered that was the exact number you told me in my dream. And the card at number 13 was the Queen of Spades. Now remember,
Wow.
if you would have said any other number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, any other number, if you would have said 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, any other number, you would have hit a different card.
You can't get more fair than that.
Sometimes, David, my dreams do come true.
Oh dear, that is great. And I
That
must
is the
say, every single time you done this up in the shop or at a convention, I stop and watch just because it just ticks the box of card at any number. You know?
Well, I tell you what, and this is absolutely true. When we first released this, it was around about, I reckon actually this was 2002, because roughly 2002, because I remember being at Mindvention when we released the Mark Spellman DVDs, and Mark reminded me the other day that they were sort of 2002, so it was quite, or 2004, something around that time. I was demonstrating this, no one had seen it because we launched it, I think, at Mindvention, and we had Paul Harris come up to the stand and he kept dragging people over to see the Grail. He brought over Greg Wilson, he brought over Penn and Teller. Literally everyone that was there, Paul Harris was just really excited, just dragging them over to watch the Grail.
Wow.
It really is, and that wasn't this version, that was the original Grail.
Yeah.
This version I performed on David Blaine.
Yeah.
And it totally blew his mind.
Yeah.
At the recent Blackpool convention, was about 6 years ago.
There's no way to backtrack, that's the thing.
No, and the great thing is they look through the deck, you know, you're not rushing them. You can continue using the deck after if you want. It's, you know, the deck is slightly gaffed, but gaffed in such a way that I quite happily hand it to you.
Yeah. You won't see it.
No, and it's, you know, to me, it's just the cleanest version of it.
Yeah,
there is, and there are other versions on the market. There's versions that are really gimmicked to the hilt. There's versions where, you know, it's all roughed and everything else. To me, this is just so clean, so fair, and the best part of it is it's very technically. It's very, very easy to do.
I was going to say, if you've ever thought of wanting to do this plot, or you already do it and you were looking down a different route, then technically on this, there's nothing difficult here.
No, there's nothing. It will take practice, like everything. It will take practice, but it's not difficult. And if you ever come up to a convention, ask me to dem it. I'll dem it. It'll look exactly the same as that. And for those of you that you know, are thinking that was the best case scenario outcome, it wasn't.
No.
So that is the Grail. Inside here, you receive the DVD. Where I teach it in detail, and I teach all 3 versions, and also you get the gimmicks and extras inside. So that is Mike Rose's The Grail. Honestly, if you've ever wanted to do a card at any number, eventually you will find this one, because it is the best, in my opinion.
No, fair comment.
And that is The Grail. Okay, so that was the Grail, and now we're going to move on to the final trick we're going to talk about today, which is an unexpected triumph by Magician Anonymous. Do you know who he is?
I don't know who he is. No, you only see his hands.
You do only see his hands, and they're gloved, so I can't even spot his fingerprints.
No, exactly. I know, otherwise we know. So this is, basically, for those of you who know me, that know that I love colour changing deck routines.
Same here.
And
I mostly like them more.
I like them more.
No.
I did. I released one.
I released one called Market.
I released one called...
Well, I'm older than you.
Anyway, we both love them. And so when I heard about this, I was quite excited for this, and I've learnt it, so we might as well go to the footage that I filmed of it, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Okay, cool.
So we'll go to that now. It's a simple trick with a pack of cards. With every good card trick, you're going to need one of these cards to be selected, so you can't do it because you're at home. But imagine, run my finger down, you said stop, wherever it is you said stop, we will take that card. So in this case, it's the Joker, okay? I'm going to place the Joker, let's say face up in about the middle of the pack. Okay, and I'm going to halve the cards as well. So half are face up and half are face down. I want you to see the corners as I riffle these together. Really and truly mixing the cards. There's no funny moves here. They are getting mixed. Like that. So you have a card in mind, the Joker. It could be anywhere here. It could be face up, it could be face down, but it is in here. And all I have to do is click. And when I click, it's as quick as that. Every single card corrects itself to face up, apart from one, which is here. The face down card, which just happens to be the Joker. Now here's the crazy thing. I don't know if you saw it, but when they corrected themselves, they also changed. Not physically, but the colour. On the back's no longer blue. Every single card has now turned red. And that is a little miracle.
Right, so that was your performance of an unexpected triumph.
Yes, and forgive me for not the most amazing patter there.
You learnt it this morning.
Yeah,
So.
hopefully you got the idea of the trick. It's very nice. Obviously you've got the triumph and then you've got your colour change at the end. Is it going to work at every single table? It would, but is it suited to every single table? No, not necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. To me, it's not the sort of effect I would choose to do round tables purely because of the room, the time and everything else.
Yeah.
But for any sort of little sit-down performance,
Yeah.
A competition,
Yeah.
something like that, or if you've got friends around, or there are more people now doing gigs where they're sitting at a table and people are coming to them. Something like that is perfect, because Triumph is a very strong routine.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I obviously outperform my Mystique, and I love that, and I can do that stood up round tables, and I reckon if I was to do this, it would probably be when I'm performing at Magic Circle, when you've got your 20 minutes, you're sat, you've got your table, and you've got everyone around you. It's a perfect situation, like you say. You do need the table really to do the spreads and stuff.
To get the nice displays. The nice thing about Mystique, obviously, is you've got the in the hands routine. It is, you've designed it more for when you're working and to suit a worker when they walk around or whatever.
Yeah, and I love the multiple changes in that, which is, but you're going to have your own preference. That's mine, and I'm a bit biased because obviously it is mine. But this, if you like what you saw, the gimmicks are really cool.
The mythology behind it is far better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
it really is. It's very simple. But my mind was taking me down completely different routes. So in that aspect, I was fooled. I didn't realise what the gimmicks were that you got with it. But I mean, it's a great little routine. Triumph is very strong for a lay spectator.
Yeah.
We all know a colour changing deck is really strong for a spectator.
Yeah.
The only negative I would say, and it's not really a negative per se, but the only negative is usually with a colour changing deck, you spread the deck out and the blue card is in amongst the red cards. Do you know what I mean? So you're sort of losing that initial visual wow.
Yeah.
But I suppose just with a simple patter line, like, I'll snap my fingers and not only your card will be the only one face down, it will actually change colour.
Yeah.
And then you spread it out.
Yeah.
And you say, oh, well, it is the only one face down and it changed colour, and they're going to go, no, it's blue. And you'll say, yeah, if all the other cards are red.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So a simple pattern line like that will do it. But usually with a colour change, you get that instant visual sort of spread. So they're going, wow, everything's changed.
Yeah.
But that's a very small, and it's only a structure.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really nice. I wasn't really sure what to expect with this, and playing with it. Obviously we get them and we put the video, we play the stream video, and we learn it, and then we perform it. So I haven't road tested this, but from what I've played with this and what I've seen, I like it. It is going to take a deck, so it's going to be that you're not going to be able to go into anything else after it.
Yeah.
But as we said, it'll have its right place, right time. And it's nice, so yeah.
Cool. And one more thing to say about that. What do you reckon? Skill level.
Skill level on it. It's probably 1 or 2 moves in there. I'd say it is intermediate.
So about on our ranking system on the site, it'll be a 2 or a 3.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a 3. Maybe just because of the move in the middle, but other than that, it's the gimmicks pretty much do the work for you. So yeah, midway. But yeah, if you like what you saw, then you'll like the trick, and that's an unexpected triumph.
Right guys, so that brings us to the end of the Alakazam Video Blog for this week. Just want to once again say a Happy New Year to everyone out there. Thank you so much for the support you've given us in 2015, and hopefully that will continue throughout 2016. So the tricks we spoke about today was an unexpected triumph.
Yep.
Fantasm by our very good friend Jamie Daws, Mike Rose's superb Grail, and the Sleeper, which we haven't got here because we have sold out, but we got more on the way.
Yeah.
I just want to say, if you haven't downloaded the Alakazam VIP app yet, remember we've got that big prize draw. We're going to be drawing the winner next week. All you need to do to be entered is to download the app from either the App Store or Google Play, or the Amazon App Store if you've got a Kindle Fire. Just download the app, allow push notifications, obviously register yourself on the app, and you'll automatically be entered into the draw. And the prize is a special deluxe limited edition case from our very good friend Leo Schmetzer's. The total value being over £1,000. So you've still got a couple of days to do that, so go and do that. We're back next week. Even though we're doing a week's filming, we're going to try and film a vlog, and we'll try and film it while we're out and about. We'll try and film it at Eastwell.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So we'll film the vlog at Eastwell. We'll decide what tricks we're going to do.
Yeah.
We might have some sneaky little interviews with the stars.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm up for that. That'd be awesome. Thanks again, guys. Make sure you subscribe here. As always, we always say this at the end of the show, but some of you still don't do it. So subscribe here, and we will see you next week on the Alakazam Video Blog.